They've been called Australia's answer to Coldplay. The Grammy-winning duo for King and Country have already made a name for themselves in the world of music. And now, brothers Joel and Luke Smallbone have a new book out and a movie that opens in theaters October the 14th. The title is Priceless, and it stars Joel Smallbone. Take a look.
We're all on a journey. But it seems somewhere along the way I took a wrong turn. And then it happened. And I never even saw it coming. Did I fail them?
Russell!
Did I do what needed to be done?
Hey, the girls, where are you taking? It's not your problem.
If you're hearing a little voice that's telling you to stay, you might want to listen to that voice.
I want to shut this thing down.
I see you dressed in white.
How could you just leave us?
You have to trust me.
That word is broken for you.
I'm gonna make this right.
Well, please welcome back to the 700 Club for King and Country, Joel and Luke Smallbone. It's good to have you here with us again.
It's good to see you again.
Third time.
That's right.
Third time is the charm, as they
Who's
say.
counting, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, third time, 3 projects, right?
Exactly.
Let's talk about some of that. First of all, for people, I can't imagine who they might be, but who haven't heard your music or known of you at all, you come from a musical family. I mean, this isn't like you just decided one day, hey, let's start a band or something. I mean, you really grew up with this.
I was actually talking earlier to some of the folks behind the scenes. I said, I was here with my sister, who goes by the name Rebecca St. James, 5 years ago. And so I was just there actually kind of helping road managing her. And we came, and that's where we kind of built some of the friendships behind the scenes. So to be able to come back and be with you guys, but also to have that musical heritage is part of the reason why. And the way that we've been able to learn so many different things is because of the way we were raised.
And not just the musical heritage, but working behind the scenes for and with Rebecca really kind of taught you how this whole thing works. How did you get into doing it yourself?
Well, we joked that our dad, who managed Rebecca, manages us, he needed cheap labour, and he has 5 sons. And so he looked around and he thought, well, OK, well, we'll put them all to work as the road crew. And, you know, Luke did a lot of lighting, we did background vocals, and that was really, well, there are 2 things, Terry. We got to see, just engineering-wise, how a show is put on and how you construct a stage and lighting and all the rest of it. But probably most importantly, the impact of music, that it has a way of bypassing the head and going straight to the heart. And that's what we hope with the film and the book as well. And
speaking of impact, working with Rebecca also gave you an insight into women. And I want you to talk about that because, you know, a lot of guys your age wouldn't be in touch with that. But what did you see when you were working with her that really stirred you and brought you to this place?
Well, she had always had a major message to young ladies about chastity, young women and young men. And as Luke and I began, it was actually a very interesting moment in time because he had just gotten married and I met my now wife, Mariah, at his wedding. She was kind of a wedding crasher.
Well
she was, yes, it was.
I orchestrated it perfectly.
He orchestrated the whole thing. And so, simultaneously to all of that happening, we started traveling as a band for King and Country. And so we had this simple message. We'd stand on a stage and we'd say, hey, ladies, know that you deserve to be treated with the utmost respect and honour, and that to us men, that it's time for us to step up and stand out, that chivalry is alive and well. And it's been alarming and exciting to see the response. Exciting because people have responded. Alarming because it's like folks are starving to hear this message.
So where did that is the message in Priceless. Where did that concept come from? I mean, here you are, successful as musicians and vocalists, but then a book and the movie. Which came first?
You think we're crazy, don't you?
Just a little, but crazy's good.
Well, the movement started first, and then we started to realize that there's kind of an epidemic going on here, and people are really gravitating to that message. And so our older brother Ben is a film director, And we went to him and we said, hey, what do you think about this whole concept? And we build a movie around it.
I don't think we knew what we were asking at the time, Terry.
We were, you know, reckless and silly young men, and that's how you get into the film world, I guess, because it's complicated, it's very difficult, but yet we felt like we had to share this message, and I'm so thankful that we're at this point now where the film's coming out in just a few weeks, because it's been a lot of work, but it's been super thrilling, and even just doing the showings and the viewings of the film, the responses that we're getting, it's like, oh, this is why we did all that work.
It feels like the culmination, in some ways, of the Priceless movement. You know, where that it's illustrated in this book and in this film.
Yeah, and the film really deals with trafficking, which is such an issue and a topic today, and not one that is just being surfacely looked at. I mean, I think people are recognizing that this is a huge problem, and not just in other parts of the world, but here in the United States as well.
Yeah, one of the things we asked ourselves with the Priceless movement inherently is, what's the antithesis of this? And it's that a life, or that a woman can be bought, that pleasure can be bought. And so there is that real moment in the middle of the film that drops into this world. And what we hoped that there's two things in the film. It's a gritty drama, thriller, love story for sure, as you saw in the trailer. But we hope that people walk away with two questions. One, internally, what's my responsibility as a man in this modern era to love well? Who am I as a woman under God, and who have I been designed to be? And then secondly, what's my global responsibility? And start a conversation.
We all have a responsibility. Yes, I mean, it's not enough just to say bad thing, bad thing. I mean, we need to be doing something about it. You're acting. So can we add that to the list of what was that like?
I said we're pretty silly.
Yeah,
we're not, you know, we're not very bright. You know,
Luke wanted to be involved, but we always did these short films growing up as a family, and for whatever reason, Luke was always the first one to get killed off in the short film. So he was like, "I'm not doing it. I'm out." Look, it was beautiful. I was very fortunate to play one of the lead characters, James Stevens, a very polarizing man to myself. And he just has this sort of tragic story. And what's beautiful about this sub-story, Terry, is he, in a lot of ways, is really fighting for these young ladies to save them physically. But on the other hand, the young lady, particularly Antonia, she is really, her resolve and strength as a woman is saving him kind of mentally and spiritually. It's a beautiful sub-story.
And it's released on the
October 14th.
October 14th.
Yeah,
yes.
nationwide in
theatrically.
In theaters. So sounds wonderful. And of course, book by the same name. I always like to read the book first and then see the film.
You and me.
You're on it.
Like mine.
You've got a book right there, Terry, so you can read that one. There you go. Take that home with you.
Well, we all want to hear you sing today because, you know, you have history of that here with us. So I'm going to release you all and let you go over to the music set. Great to have you here again, by the way. Thank you. Want to mention, for King & Country's latest CD is called Run Wild, Live Free, Love Strong. The new book that we've been talking about that's become a movie is called Priceless. These are both available nationwide. And let me remind you again, the movie by the same name, Priceless, is coming to theaters on October 14th. So watch for it at a theater near you. And if you'd like to catch a web-exclusive interview with Joel and Luke, all you have to do is log on to our Facebook page at facebook.com/700club.